Hey, what's up? I'm back. Okay, dropping in here because I wanted to talk about the trend in film and TV of rebooting everything. They've rebooted Wonder Years. There's been talks of rebooting The Parkers, Moesha, like all the shows a lot of us 80s, 90s babies grew up on back in the day. They're rebooting it, and it's almost like this question of where's the creativity? Why the booting? With the rise of streaming services in the past few years, we have seen plenty, thousands upon thousands of different shows, movies, different concepts. Of course, there's nothing new under the sun, but it might be the same, maybe story, but told differently. But the thing is, these reboots, I feel like things have a certain magic at the time they came out. I'll give you an example. I'll give you a few examples. Okay. Martin, one of my all-time favorite shows. Fresh Prince, another all-time favorite. I don't think you can recreate that. Not only can you not recreate that because James Avery is deceased. It's been 20 something years since both those shows have been on, but it was a certain time. I think comedy was different then. Like now, excuse me, everything is so PC, politically correct. Everything is so you can't say this, you can't say that. There's certain things they won't even allow, like a show like Married with Children. There's no way in the world that would be out nowadays. Like they would have canceled that after the first. It probably wouldn't even finish the first season. So we have a totally different climate in the industry where I feel like rebooting stuff, it's not gonna have that same effect. And then on top of that, rebooting is kind of like making a sequel or redoing a movie. You're always going to compare it to the one before. So if you reboot Moesha, people are going to compare it to Moesha that ran from 96 to '04. You see what I'm saying? Like, people aren't going to watch it for just what it is, that show. Now, spin-offs are cool. I feel like instead of trying to reboot the Parkers or reboot Moesha, do a spin-off, because the Parkers is a spin-off of Moesha. A lot of people don't remember that, but that's a spin-off of that. I know they did the Connors from the Roseanne show. Like, I just feel like you're better off maybe doing a continuation. But when you try to reboot, I don't know, maybe that's the same thing, reboot, continuation, I don't know, but I think you need to go with a totally different plot. If you want to use some of the same characters, fine, go with a totally different plot. Sometimes I wonder, with all these remakes, reboots, sequels, there's writers like myself. I'm a writer working on screenplay, trying to get my software together. I'm at a point right now where it doesn't want to save onto my little drive thing, so I don't know what's up with that, but there are plenty of writers out here that have ideas and that are creative. And it's like, what is Hollywood doing? And, I think this is a good climate in the sense that you can get your own self popping. Like, you don't even have to necessarily go through Hollywood to get these things going. And that's the route I'm trying to take, is just maybe make some little small films and then work my way up. Because let the stuff that came out back in the day, let it be, because it's not going to have the same effect. I don't know. I guess that's why I do a lot of, I feel like another thing, I'm going off topic a little bit, but I think that's why reality TV took off the way it did, because there was a time, like, in my opinion, my father and I agree on this, in the 2000s, like from 2000 to really that decade, 2010, shows and movies were so mediocre. It was just like, yeah, you have some stuff that are classics, like the Harry Potter series and the Matrix. You have some classics that came out in that decade. But it was just like very mediocre. And I feel like that's why reality TV just took off the way it did. And you still have reality TV to this day because film and TV were kind of slacking for a little bit. Now, in my opinion, I feel like TV and film have picked up a lot with the help of streaming services, because this is the point now. You don't have to have, I think Corona kicked that even more to streaming services, that you don't even have to have your movie in a theater. You don't have to have your TV show on an actual TV, on the actual TV network. If you can make it on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Pluto, Peacock, whatever, like, you make it on there, it's cool. Like, look at Squid Games, like, highest rated show, or most watched, I'll say that, most watched show on Netflix, not even in English. It's in a language that's not even like in the top 10 languages, most spoken languages in the world, not even on that list. I just have to believe I checked. And that was the most watched. And it's like, I don't know. And music's kind of the same. Like, I can't hear an R&B song or a rap song without auto-tune. It's straight up auto-tune. Like, yeah, I grew up, well, not grew up, but when T-Pain came out, I was like 18. I was already like out of high school. Yeah, his stuff is total auto-tune, but it worked for him. But it's just something about hearing auto-tune on every single person. Like, I don't even know who's who now. Like, I don't know who these people are. I think I've reached the age where I don't really keep up with the new music, because it's not geared towards people like me. It's geared towards younger people. So, I just had to get that off my mind. Like, tell me what you think. Do you feel like the reboots are good? Do you think they're good for nostalgia purposes, or do you want to see some new material? All right, let me know down in the comments. All right, like, please, subscribe, and share. All right, as always, peace and blessings. Y'all have a good one.